Hello people, welcome to another video for more survivalists. This is Fernando, and in this case, very cool video. One of these heroic actions by a man that just makes the call, goes for it, and actually wins. Let's first watch the video and then comment on some of the very important lessons to be learned here. So this is a security guard in Buffalo, New York. Let's first watch it and then analyze what we can learn here. Man with an AR, boom, get in the floor. No, he jumps, he goes for it, he keeps fighting, he sticks to it. Commitment, so important. Once you make the decision to fight, you don't hesitate, you don't question or doubt yourself, you keep on going until you win. The long gun gives you more leverage, more real estate for you to move it around. There's techniques on both sides. There's techniques to retain your weapon that you train. There's techniques as to disable a weapon in the hands of someone else. So he gets help. Finally, people show up. They give him a hand. People heard the shot. A lot of people do this. They just watch. They move away. Some stay frozen. Some help. They finally pin the guy down. And that is it. So we have more people showing up. But at this point, you basically have control of the gun. And it is done. Okay? So, key moment here. Man shows up with a gun. AR15. Loaded. Fires. The gun is working. It's with a round in the chamber ready to go. This guy is telling him to get on the floor and he decides to go at it. Now, could it have been the case that he was pointing a gun at him and as soon as he sees him even move slightly, he shoots him in the chest? Yes, of course. It could have ended up very bad for him. But since he saw that second of hesitation, right? Boom. This is the moment this is the critical moment. He fires the AR. And this man first tries, he doesn't go immediately for the gun. He tries to escape, run away. He tries to go here. He tries to go over there. At any moment, he could have been shot, right? But when he sees he's cornered, he goes for the gun. And this guy is surprised. Hey, I am now powerful. I've been a loser my entire life. And I thought that just because I got myself one of these, I'm no longer a loser. How is this possible? I'm a man with an AR and I'm still a little scared boy? Right? Because he thought the gun would compensate for his life of misery and failure. And all of a sudden, that is not giving him the power over the people around him like he expected. He freezes, which is what losers typically do when they see things not going their way. Right? So he hesitates, and that's the moment in which he makes the right call. He slaps the barrel out of the way. Very smart. Instinctive. Very smart nonetheless. He goes very, very close. You want to be very close in that moment. You want to be as close as possible. The closer you are, the less likely you are to get shot when someone is trying to point a barrel at you. The longer the barrel, the more options you have, the more likely you are to win that fight. So he stays. This is so important. Commit to it. If it's a knife, especially if it's a gun where range really does not give you much of an advantage, especially at close proximity, you're just moving away, boom, 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 a few rounds, and you're done. We've seen that in previous videos. People that go for it, then hesitate, take a step back, and they catch a round. No, he commits to it. And here is where some knowledge of firearms will be very important. It will give you a certain advantage. Look, this is stuff, as I always say when I do these videos, I promote the stuff I do, which is my books, because I have a chapter dedicated specifically to that. How is it that you hold semi-automatic, right, or a revolver? It's not the same way. You need to understand the basic function. These are things you actually train in classes. In classes that are a little bit more advanced when you do empty-handed against someone with a gun. How you make that gun jam or incapacitate the working mechanism of a revolver by holding it in a certain way. These are things you can actually learn, practice. But even if it's just simple understanding of the mechanical functioning of a gun, it will give you lots of leverage. Look, in this case, with an AR, you have your magazine release. Just if you're in the middle of the fight and you get the possibility of touching the mag release, there's a good chance it will either drop or at least drop enough so as to have the mechanism not follow up with a round that is fired when they pull the trigger another time. Now, one of the best things you could possibly do so as to neutralize a gun like this in the middle of the fight, like the one you're watching, is if you understand how this gun works, you understand that you have to pull back here on the charging handle. This is a fairly long charging handle, usually lightweight, or even if it's not all that lightweight, it is somewhat easy to bend. You could pull up and bend it in a shape that will keep that gun out of battery, making it inoperable anymore. He won't be able, as soon as you pull this back, this is out of battery already, right? You see the ball going back there. So as soon as you pull it back, that gun will not fire anymore. Do as I'm doing here with both fingers, because you don't know what kind of bolt, and it could be one of the mil-specs that only has, working on the left side, right? It could be one like this one that works on both sides, ambidextrous, but so as to be safe, with all of your hand, just pull back on it and pull up and bend it out of shape. If you bend the charging handle, you are likely to incapacitate the gun completely. The bolt will not be able to go back into battery, and that gun will not work. So all of these things, like minute little knowledge, details of how specific models work, yes, I know it's a lot to ask for the average person that's maybe not even into guns and cannot even tell what an AR15 or whatever model is. But if you know certain models, you know some of the weaknesses and some of the things that you can use in your advantage. Okay, folks, that's going to be all for now. Remember to subscribe to the channel, like and share, especially these videos that may be saving the life of someone one day. And of course, you have my other books, Surviving the Economic Collapse, based on everything that you're seeing. This is very important. Over 1,000 reviews. Thanks to you guys for taking a minute and dropping a review. Much appreciated. And bugging out and relocating. And as I was saying before, 3 survival skills, important for all of this stuff. See you next time. Take care.